Hey everyone, welcome back to Bell Yogi. My name is Michelle, and today we will be doing a quick yoga for lunchtime session. We'll focus on linking our breath to our movement. So if you have a little bit of space around you and a little bit of time to get away from your desk, then roll out your mat and let's do some quick movement. Let's get started. Hey everyone, we'll get started at the top of our mat in mountain pose. So you'll take your feet about hip distance apart and just take a moment to relax the shoulders away from the ears. You can close the eyes or soften the gaze and start to tune your attention inward towards the breath. So our intention for this short practice is just to link our movement with our breath. So that will entail that we are very aware of the breath itself. So on your next inhale, you can open your eyes if you'd like, reach your arms up overhead. And when you start exhaling, release your hands down by your hips. And again, when you start inhaling, lift the arms up. And as you exhale, hands come down. Now see if you can make this breath continuous so there's no pause between the inhales and the exhales. And it's not necessary for your fingers to get all the way up towards the ceiling if you're just holding the breath and waiting till you can exhale. Okay, so whenever your body wants to start exhaling, then you start lowering those arms. And just do a few more like this. And perhaps you want to go a little further by lifting the heels. So on the next inhale, you'll reach the arms up overhead and also lift your heels up. And as you exhale, see if you can time your heels to come down the exact same time those hands reach your hips. And again, notice if you're holding the breath in any certain way. See if you can make it continuous without pause. And on this next one, hold your arms up, hold your heels high if you can, relax the toes, find a drishti, a focal point, and just hold it here. 5 deep breaths. Good. Once you've done all 5, release your heels, release your arms. Now we'll just do the same thing, but arms are going to come out wide and up. So first, ground down through your feet. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. And exhale, hands come back down towards your hips. And same thing goes here. If your inhale stops here, you're going to stop your arms there and then begin to exhale. So you really want to strive for this continuous fluid breath. This link, this connection between breath and movement helps to strengthen the connection between your mind and your body. So it can help your workday flow a little bit better, your productivity increase. And on your next inhale, see if you can lift your heels as you reach the arms up, and then exhale, lower heels and arms at the same time. Again, just linking movement to breath. It will be helpful to find a focal point where you can focus your awareness and not move your eyes from it, so the balance becomes a little more sturdy. On this next one, let's hold the arms up, hold the heels high, and deepen the breath. 5 breaths. Try not to scrunch through the toes so the toes are soft. All the muscles in the face are relaxed. Breathe smoothly. Take any shakiness out of the breath. And then release, arms come down by your side. Okay, a little different. Now we're gonna reach the arms up, and as you exhale, bring your right arm back, your left arm forward, twist to the right, and inhale back to center. So exhale now, twist to the left, and inhale, come back to center. See if you can just twist the torso. The hips will go a little bit, but try to make sure that it's not completely all hips. So you wanna kind of pull the hip that wants to naturally move back, pull it forward a bit as you're twisting side to side. Good, and then when you're ready, you can invite a heel raise. You can lift the heels up on the inhale, lower the heels as you twist on the exhale. I don't know about you, but my arms are starting to get tired from this. Just this simple movement. On the next one, we'll twist to the right and hold it. If you need to, if your arms are super tired, you can take your hands, maybe one hand to the abdomen, one hand to your lower back, so you're maintaining this twist, or keep your arms out straight. On your next inhale, let's reach the arms up through center, lift the heels for a moment, and then we'll exhale, twist to the left, same thing here, just hold it for a few breaths. Again, maybe your hands are on your sacrum and abdomen. Good, inhale back through center, reach those heels up one more time for 3, for 2, and then 1. Relax that. So I just want you to shake it out. So shake out your arms, shake out those wrists, shake out the hands, kind of moving forward and back, side to side. Good, and then let's start to twist side to side now. Lift one heel up and then the other. It's not so important to link breath to move it for this one. It's just kind of loosey-goosey, let it go. Those arms dangle, maybe hit you when they go to one side and then the other. Good. From here, you're gonna take your arms up overhead, and as you exhale, you'll bend the knees and swing your arms back. Inhale up, exhale, bend and swing. This one tends to get a little more forceful with the exhale. So if that feels natural, you can always let it out your mouth. If you need a little stress relief, it's always helpful. Good, this next time you're gonna bend your knees, reach your arms up, chair pose, and let's hold this 5 breaths. So sink down low. Good, and then fold over your legs. Let's take a flat back. So hands are to the shins or even on the floor. Pull your chest forward. And then release your hands to the ground. Step your feet back into a high plank position. So shoulders are over the wrist. You can always drop the knees down, but I just want to kind of shift the weight forward and back. So shoulders in front of wrists and in line with wrists. And then when you're ready, you're going to lift your hips up, downward facing dog. So hips come high. And then from here, inhale forward into high plank. Try to keep your hands and feet where they are and just lift your hips for exhale. Down dog. Again, inhale forward. Exhale, down dog. Let's do it 3 more times. Remember to connect the breath to the movement. All right, from here, lift your hips high, downward facing dog, and you'll shift weight into your left foot, lift your right leg up on the inhale, and exhale, lower the foot. Again, inhale, lift. As high as you can keep the legs straight. So maybe it's here, maybe it's even lower. And on your next exhale, draw your knee into your chest. Step the foot between the hands and come down onto your left knee. On your inhale, you'll reach your arms up overhead. And on your exhale, you're going to hinge forward from the waist, arms reach back. So inhale, bend your knee, reach your arms up. You can even allow your hips to press forward and do a little bit of a back bend. And then exhale, hinge forward from the waist, straighten that leg. So just move back and forth through this movement a few times. And let's hold it forward. If you've been sitting a lot, this should feel nice to stretch out the hip flexor. Good. From here, curl your left toes under, lift that knee up, step your right foot back, downward facing dog. And same thing on the other side here. On your inhale, left leg lifts up. On your exhale, lower it down. About 5 times. And on your next exhale, step it forward, drop your right knee to the floor. On your inhale, reach your arms up. And your exhale, hinge forward from the waist, arms reach back. So again, move through this about 5 times. Good. And then on this next one, you'll hold your arms down, hands down by your foot. Allow your hips just to press forward and down as you get a nice stretch through that right hip flexor. Good, and then you'll curl your right toes, lift that knee, step your left foot back, and drop your knees to the ground. All right, from here, let's come onto our back. So we're come all the way to our backs. Rest your feet on the floor, about hip distance apart. We're gonna go to a rolling bridge. So as you inhale, you'll lift your hips up, 1 vertebrae at a time, and exhale, lower your hips back down 1 vertebrae at a time. So again, inhale. When you need to start exhaling, you're gonna start to lower your hips right away. Even if that means you don't get to the highest expression of the pose. Do that a couple more times. And on this next one, you'll hold it up. You can interlace the fingers underneath your seat and reach your fists towards your heels. And then when you're ready, release the hands, lower it back down 1 vertebrae at a time. And from here, your feet will just stay about mat distance. You'll exhale, drop your knees over to the right. And inhale, bring your knees up through towards the ceiling. And then exhale, drop them over to the left. So you're just moving with your breath as you bring the knees side to side. Inhaling as you come through center. Exhaling as you drop to one side. Do it a couple more times each side. And then the next time you go to the right side, you're just going to hold it. So if it's for you, you can just keep the feet separated. Or if you want something a little more intense or sensational, stack your left knee on top of your right knee. Start to turn your gaze over your left shoulder. And just breathe here. Maybe put your right hand on your abdomen, breathe into your hand. Good. And then on your next inhale, lift your knees up through center. Again, you can keep your feet separated as you drop the knees over to the left and hold, or stack your right knee on top of your left knee for something a little more sensational. All right, let's come back through center. Grab behind your thighs, rock and roll forward and back a few times. Just waking up that whole spine. And then come to a seated position where you'll join me for a short meditation. So you're gonna find that comfortable seat. If you have a blanket at work, you might want to put a little blanket underneath your seat. Just make sure it's pretty stiff, like even a towel would work. And then make sure you find a nice vertical alignment from the base of the spine up through the crown of the head. And then begin to close your eyes or soften your gaze. I'm going to invite you to use the mantra, so hum. So every inhalation, you listen for the word so. In every exhalation, you listen for the word hum. So mentally, so on the inhale, mentally hum on the exhale. And make the so and hum flow effortlessly into one another. So there's no pause. And when you lose that mantra, just bring your mind, your awareness right back to it. Mentally so, mentally hum, so hum. Gently draw your hands together in front of your heart. Thank you all for sharing your practice with me. Om Shanti, peace, peace, peace. Namaste. So I hope that was a really good break for you during your day. Please let me know if you have any comments below, or if you liked this video, press the like button. If you would share with your friends, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you all so much. I'll see you real soon. Namaste.